Season 3, Episode 1. We didn't know we were poor. We thought we were free. Summers in the mountains of West Virginia didn't come with a lot. There was no pool, no camp, and no carefully scheduled activities. Just grass under your feet and sky overhead, and every kid in the neighborhood running wild from sunup to sundown. I'm Ann Dunbar, and this is Cowboy Logic. Kicking off season 3 today, and I couldn't think of a better place to start than right here. With bare feet, a dirt road, and something my daddy dragged home from the side of the road. There's a kind of joy that doesn't know it's supposed to be impossible. It doesn't look at what it doesn't have and doesn't wait for better conditions or resources or the right equipment. It just goes outside. Cowboys know this. You work with what you've got. A good rancher doesn't always wait for the perfect tool. He picks up what's in front of him and he gets to work. And a good daddy from the mountains of Appalachia, he finds something thrown away on the side of the road and he brings it home to his kids. We didn't wear shoes in the summer. Not as a choice exactly. Shoes were expensive where I come from, and you save them for winter, for school, and of course church. Summer was barefoot season, and if you've never run through soft mountain grass without socks on, I want you to know it feels like a cushion under your feet. Cool, a little tickly, and completely, utterly wonderful. Now, you could find signs in the stores back then that would say no shoes, no shirt, no service. We knew those signs were talking about us, and we didn't much care. That particular summer, we were bored. The kind of bored that only happens when you're a kid in the mountains with nothing but time and too much energy and not enough to do with either one. Then my daddy came home one day with a golf club. One lone golf club he'd found on the side of the road. Now, we'd all heard of golf. We knew it existed somewhere out there in the world. We just figured we were so poor that none of us would ever get to really play it. My daddy handed over the golf club like he'd brought home treasure. And to us, he had. We invented our own game on the spot. We made up rules, we made up the course, and we played on my daddy's lawn. Which, I should tell you, my daddy loved his lawn. That man would water it religiously and make sure it was an exact height so that it looked like an emerald shining in the summer sun. He loved it right up until we started digging holes in it. He came outside, looked at his lawn, looked at us, and was very put upon. That's the only way to describe it. Very put upon. We quickly moved the game to the old dirt road in front of the house. Now, we lived in a holler, which means we could always tell when somebody was coming up the road. You could hear a car before you saw it, and the road was pure dust. So you'd see the cloud rising before the vehicle appeared. We'd pause the game, let them pass, and start right back up again. We played golf on that dirt road all summer long, in the heat, in the boredom, and in the rain, because mountain rain didn't stop us. Lightning stopped us. We weren't dumb. But rain was just weather, and my daddy, well, once we moved off his grass, he went back inside, picked up his book, and only shook his head at us occasionally. As long as we weren't on his lawn, he was a happy man. Daddy didn't plan any of it. He found a golf club on the side of the road, and he brought it home. That was the full extent of the strategy. What happened next? The made-up game, the dust road course, and the rain that didn't stop us. The whole magnificent summer. None of that was organized. None of it was scheduled, and none of it was optimized, planned, or carefully considered. The joy just showed up and we met it. I think about that now and I wonder, when did we stop doing that? When did joy become something we had to arrange? Something that needed the right conditions, the right timing, and the right amount of money and energy and space on the calendar before we'd allow ourselves to feel it. Those kids in that holler didn't wait for any of it. The golf club appeared, we played. The rain came and we went outside. Nobody decided and nobody organized it. Our feet just carried us out to meet whatever showed up. There's something we knew then that we've spent a lifetime forgetting. Joy doesn't need your permission. It just needs you to show up when it knocks. It's Cowboy Logic. Joy doesn't wait for perfect conditions, and neither should you. Next time something shows up unexpectedly, something small, something silly, something that makes absolutely no practical sense, go outside. I'm in Dunbar, and thanks for riding along. I'll see you next week.